There's a team
Florida.
There's a team
It'd be really
in
good
El Paso.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Canadians drafted you from Northwood Prep High School, 123rd overall in 1990. First of all, how did you hear you'd been drafted?
I was down in North Carolina at my dad's, and I got a phone call, and I actually thought it was my buddies playing a joke until, a couple minutes it sunk in that, hey, this is really someone from Montreal. I go, because Montreal was my favorite team growing up, and I just thought, what are the chances you actually getting picked up by Montreal?
Yeah.
They're just, I go, this is amazing. But then next thing you know, they said, yeah, it's true. And I thought, holy cow, I couldn't sleep for a week.
Real honor it was, obviously, to be drafted right out of high school. The same high school, by the way, that Tony Granato went to. So on to Clarkson University for 4 years, and then you went to your first camp with the Canadians in 1994. But Patrick Roy almost finished your career in your first inter-squad game. What happened?
You know what? I took my very first shot on Patrick, and I was a little nervous. The guy in front of me shooting on the right, he bobbled the puck, and so he was way in and shot, and finally shot it. And I just took a nice little, I was at the blue line, a little off balance zone. I took a shot, and it was going. I'm watching it, and all of a sudden I'm going, oh, no, this is going to hit him right in the head. Sure enough, hit him in the head.
Square on, or was he off to the side?
No, off to the side. It wasn't that hard, but he stopped everything. And he cleaned the crease. Then he threw a stick down.
And the arena went silent, did it not?
Oh, yeah. Well, both teams, because it's just an inter-squad game, so both teams turn around. Now everyone's watching, and he's skating. I'm trying to apologize when he's on his way out. And
so what was your hazing like later that day?
Well, he punched me right in the head with a blocker, right in the forehead. I thought, oh.
So you're saying, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. And
that's how he accepts the apology.
And he punched me right in that forehead with the blocker, and it's weird because both teams jumped me. It's not like just no one's gonna help
And the coaches.
Yeah, and he's swinging away, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, this is my first day, and I go, this is not a good way to start my NHL career. But the next day it was all over the papers. We got to get rid of this Conroy. Patrick was pissed off at him. I'm like, oh, great, here we go.
Well, they had it right in Montreal, though. They knew they had to keep Patrick Roy happy ahead of you. Some unknown draft pick from Clarkson.
Well, it was weird because, when I got called up later, Patrick called me in the morning and said, can we have breakfast? And I thought, oh no. Great. He hates me. But you know what? He said I was just setting the tone for the season, nothing personal. And, you can shoot wherever you want to me on practice. So he was really, ever since then he's been really super to me. So it was just that one little instance that I was like, oh, he hates me. Here he is. He just a couple years ago he won the cup, and he's got cups, and he's just a god in Montreal, and I'm out of here.
Well, worked out fine in the end. Damon Langkow had a couple of points tonight. He is standing by with Drew Remenda. Drew.
Damon Langkow, a great game tonight. You're playing with Christian Huselius. You guys have a unique chemistry. How did that develop?
Well, I mean, right from the get-go, we seemed to mesh pretty well, and we've seemed to keep it going since then.
As I mentioned, great game tonight, and last game wasn't so good. You felt you had something to prove tonight.
Definitely. I mean, I think it was -3. Didn't obviously have the best game, so you want to get out there and do a job, and then obviously have a better game. We did that tonight.
Now, this Northwest Division is so tough and so close. You start scoreboard watching now?
We have been all year. I mean, it's been so tight all year, and it's gonna come right down to the wire. So, I mean, these games they're huge, and we got another big one couple nights.
Thanks for doing this.
All right, thanks a lot.
Back to you, Scott.
Thank you, Drew. There's another player in the midst of a career season. We've got a question for you now, Drew, from Jason in Calgary. And it is, do you think the Flames are good enough to make a run, and where can the team improve?
Obviously, I believe Daryl has made a lot of moves to get this team to, be in a position to make another run. And that's, I think that's what everyone's doing at the beginning of the year. I mean, if you get in those playoffs, everybody feels like they have a chance. You look at Edmonton, Carolina a few years ago, us. You just never know. And I think the one thing we have to improve is definitely our play on the road. If we can get that done, and we want to give up a little bit fewer shots. I mean, Mika's a great goalie, but if we could give up, 21, 22 shots a night, that's one of our goals also.